Amani. There I am. Welcome to the Amani Center. Thanks for coming out in this rainy weather that we needed, but it's still a little wet and cold. Steve, I don't know where my clicker is, so I think you're going to have to click for me. All right, so let's all stand together and sing our opening song, This Joy.
All right, you guys, we had a good giggle this morning. Who doesn't know the difference between clapping on the 2 and the 4 and the 1 and the 3? All right, so this joy that it's on joy.
Clap
okay?
on the joy, that I get.
And my point in saying that is that we would love for you to clap with us. So
Yes, and sing along. We got
We're
the
gonna-
words up there for you.
We're going to go a little bit faster this time, too. So, sparkle and shine.
This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me.
Know that
This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This strength that I have, this strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that this strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This love that I have, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, no, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This peace that I have, this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, oh, oh, this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This joy that I have, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. I said that the world did not give it, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it and the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away.
yes, sir.
All right,
Good
we're
job, you
awake
guys.
now. All right, again, welcome to the Amani Center. So wonderful to see you all here. Wonderful to see anyone who is joining us virtually. We're glad you're here as well. We like to start our service by speaking our vision statement aloud. And Steve, I need you to bring it. There it is. So let's say it together. We are lighting the path to peace together. And so that is the way we show up here at the Amani Center. That is where our focus is, that we're lighting that path to peace. We do it together during times that can be dark, that can be difficult. When we come together, we bring our lights, it's a brighter light. So thank you for being here to be part of that. Here's a little bit about who we are. We're an open and inclusive spiritual community, knowing that there are many paths to the divine. So we are not dogmatic, we're not rigid, that's the word. We do rituals, but we're not rigid, we're not dogmatic or believing that there's only one way to do it and that you all need to do it our way. We all come with our own spiritual beliefs, our own spiritual truths, and we'd like to walk this together. And we have classes and we have workshops and ways that you can learn and you can grow in your spirituality, in your transformation, grow your consciousness, but also we know that so much of that just comes from right deep within you, and so we want to help you find that within yourselves and let you help us find it as well. Sometimes we're holding someone up, sometimes someone is holding us up, but we're always a safe place that you can show up and just be as well. So we're going to release the kids. Monica's back there. She's going to take them over to have some fun, and then hopefully we'll hear from them afterwards what great fun they had. So good luck, Monica. They sound really riled up today. All right. We're going to send our good healing energy to Monica and those kids and know that they have a good, productive time that's fun, but not too far outside the means. All right. Is there anyone here who's here for the first time? We have a little something. Hi, thank you for raising your hand. We have a little something we're going to give to you that'll tell you a little bit more about the Amani Center. We're grateful that you joined us. If there's anyone else who'd love to get one of those, then Gina's going to bring it around. You are welcome here, and we're grateful you showed up. If you have any questions afterwards, feel free to ask, please. If you're online and you'd like to get one of those, let us know, DM us. We'd be happy to mail it to you or make sure we'd get it to you. One of the ways that we show up here at the Amani Center in our purpose, in our vision, is our circle of light. And it's made up of our practitioners and our ministers. We are here to do treatment with you, to do affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment, sit with you and remind yourself of the divinity of who you are. So when you're going through something challenging, when you're looking to manifest something wonderful into your life, when you're just wanting to be in gratitude or just check in, we are here for that. And we love to do that with you even right after service. So I'm going to ask members of the Circle of Light to raise their hand so you can see who you can come to. So if you have something heavy on your heart or something you're wanting to bring in, see Reverend Pixie or I today after service. We would love to take 5 minutes and just sit down with you and do some great work with you. Don't take that heavy stuff home. All right, so I believe we are going to do our announcements. So this is our February schedule. Of course, this is the first Sunday in February, February 2nd. So we have our very wonderful ministerial intern, Lucian Baker, who's chugging coffee in the back of the room. So great to have him here, and thank you for making that long, wet journey, Lucian, to be here today. Next week, we'll have our wonderful Reverend Pixie Dufour and her wonderful husband, John. And then on the third Sunday, the wonderful Reverend Donna Appadone. Yes, and then we finish every month out with our wonderful divine Reverend Sherry Wynn. So it's going to be another great month at Amani. Our theme for February is Through the Eyes of Love. And so one of the things that we're doing this month is a little sort of a little marketing event to bring people here and to have you bring your friends and your people here. So anything Amani, you can bring a friend to anything we're doing this month, and we've got several things we're going to talk about, and you'll get opportunities to win a gift card. And so I was just talking to Joyce. She's got lots of people from the yoga studio she's going to try to get here, so she'll get multiple opportunities. If you have someone who you think would love to be here, who might enjoy the service or a class or one of our rituals, full moon, anything, please invite them, and let's build our community, and let's bring what we're giving to other people so that we can help raise the consciousness of the planet, which is what we're really wanting to do now. So here's one of the great things you can invite people to. This is February 12th. It's our full moon gathering. We do these every full moon. We've been doing them for years. It's ritual, it's breath work, it's meditation, it's journaling, and we talk about what's happening with this specific moon. We have a wonderful sort of ally who writes these beautiful books about what's happening for each full moon, and then it explains it in a way that we can all just sort of understand and be practical in our lives. So I love these. They are just based on a love offering. Everyone is welcome. And then our drum circle is, boy, that's really hard to read. I'm not sure what's up with that slide, but it is the second Friday of every month. February 14th. And it's at 6:30. It's donation-based as well. We just move these chairs out into a big circle. People can bring drums. They can bring any kind of percussion instruments, any kind of instruments. And then we have a bunch that we share, too. And we just make a beautiful noise, a joyful noise. We have a great time. So come to that. It's another wonderful way to spend a Friday evening and raise the vibration of the planet. And then we've got another fundraiser, one of our food fundraisers. So this is something we've been doing new, opportunities to come together and share a meal together, bring food, and raise some money for the center and have a really good time. They're very family friendly. They're great for everyone. And this one is called I Love Spaghetti, the all-you-can-eat fundraiser. So we will have all-you-can-eat spaghetti. We're going to have garlic bread and salad. We'll do some sort of a dessert little fun thing. We've done the dessert dash. We've done different things where people are vying for these special desserts. We'll be looking for donations of desserts, pasta, sauce, salads, whatever you'd like to bring. $15 is all you can eat. It'll be $10 for kids. So I hope you'll join us for this. Bring your friends. It's a great opportunity to come out. We usually do karaoke too. So it's a fun night. It's a fun night. All right. And then our teen play date, another fantastic night, Friday, February 21st. That's at 6:30. Tell the people in your lives who are teens or who know teens or who have teens. A lot of the parents come and stay. They have a fantastic job. They do creative things. They do art. They do whatever they want in a safe place where they can just be themselves. And that has proven to be a secret sauce because we get so many kids showing up and it's really needed. So thank you to Nicole and Addie for making this happen. And yeah, let people know this is a wonderful way to show up for our youth, for teens, and give them a place where they can be themselves. And then our yoga classes are across the parking lot at the ballet studio. They are Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but the Wednesday class, which is a flow class, is going to be ending on the 19th. It's just not getting enough people for that. So if you want to get in on those last few, do that. The chair yoga will continue. There's a good crowd for that. That's 11:30 on Tuesdays. And these are just donation-based. Okay, what's next? So then we also have our Course in Miracles every Thursday afternoon. That's at the Jaeger House. And then meditation every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 right here at the Amani Center. Everyone's welcome for that. It's a great way to start your weekend and your week. So that's it for our announcements. If you haven't already, please silence your phones, and then we'll take a moment and we will just get centered and bless our service. So if it's comfortable, you can allow your eyes to close as you receive a cleansing breath in. And drop into this divine space right here within ourselves, within this community, this space where we are connected and one with Spirit. And it is always there, and we are always connected, but we can turn towards it and realize it, be aware of it, be grateful for it, and that up-levels our consciousness and our experience. And so from this place of connection, I know that this service is unfolding divinely, that everybody who needed to show up is right where they need to be, whether they're watching at home, whether they're watching the video later, or whether they're right here in this room right now, raising our vibration, raising their own vibration. I know that today's speaker is connected and bringing the Spirit, the words through Spirit, from Spirit through him, that we all need to hear. And our music is uplifting and joyous and uplifts each and every person here. And that all of our volunteers are blessed by their service, our sound person, our live stream person, all of our greeters and the people who deal with setting up the coffee and making the space clean and nice. Everyone who comes together as part of this Amani family to create this lovely space and this lovely community where we can all show up. And so with great gratitude for all of these people, for this beautiful center, for this building that we're in that's keeping us dry right now, and for everyone who shows up, which is what really makes us who we are. I just feel into this gratitude. And I release my word into the law, knowing that as I speak it, it is done, and that all is truly well. And together we say, and so it is. All right, now we'll do our affirmation. So this we're going to speak 3 times. The first time we'll speak it with energy, in a bold voice, with power. The second time we'll speak it in a whisper and really let it sink in. The third time, just join me mentally as I speak it aloud. And today's affirmation is brought to us by ministerial intern Lucian Baker. Let's begin. Through the eyes of love, I choose to view my divine masterpiece called this life, whole, perfect, and complete as it is right now. Through the eyes of love, I choose to view my divine masterpiece called life, whole, perfect, and complete as it is right now. Through the eyes of love, I choose to view my divine masterpiece called life, whole, perfect, and complete as it is right now. And together we say, and so it is. All right, and so now we're going to have a song from one voice that's going to lead us into the meditation.
body feel heavy. Let it go. Let it all go. Let your eyes close. Let your body feel heavy. Oh, let it go. Let it all go. Just breathe. Breathe. Just breathe. Just be. Just be. Just be. Let your eyes close. Let your body feel heavy. Let it go. Let it all go. Let your eyes close. Let your body feel heavy. Oh, let it go. Let it all go. Just breathe. Breathe. Just breathe. Just be. Just be. Just be. Just be. Just be. Just be.
And staying in this space, just being, allowing the tones to bring you within. You can allow your eyes to close if that's comfortable. Receiving breath in, filling the lungs, filling the belly. Becoming present in this divine instant where we can let it go and we can just be. We take a few moments to just be in the silence with open hearts, open minds, to receive whatever is ours to receive on this beautiful day from the divine, from Spirit, from God, from the universe. Just be, friends, and enjoy your meditation. And now we'll stay in this quiet space, but we'll take a moment for divine healing. In that connection, in that oneness with Spirit, with God, with the universe, we know that all is well, that all is whole and perfect and complete right now. And that is true for the world, it's true for this center, it's true for each and every one of us in the room. And so in a moment, I'm going to ask you to speak aloud the name of a person, a situation, a place that you would like to shine our loving, healing energy upon. And then we will just know the wholeness and the beauty of that person or people including yourself, of these situations, of these places. So right now, go ahead and speak it aloud. You can whisper it, you can say it out loud, whatever feels right to you. And just feeling this energy that we've created here, this divine healing energy. We hold all of these people, all of these situations in this loving, kind, generative energy, raising them, knowing the truth of their own divinity, and knowing that even when things are looking difficult, crazy, unkind, that something bigger is happening, something greater is happening through spirit, through the universe, through God. And so in spite of what we see out there and how it can hurt us and cause grief and cause suffering, when we remember the truth of this greater unfoldment, the truth of the divine, the truth of the universe, then we are part of the solution, part of raising the vibration, part of reminding each other of kindness and love and oneness, for we truly are all one on this planet. There is no other. There is no they and them. There is only us. And so when we remember that, and we live from that, and we focus on that, and we vibrate that out into the world, it will be felt. It will reverberate out, and it will touch everyone around this planet. And in this way, we can be part of the solution. We can lift all of humanity, all animals, our planet itself, people, governments, all communities. We can know the truth, and we can be part of showing up as the truth. And so I know that this is what we are doing right now. And I know that it is seen, it is felt, it is known, and that this word is dropping into the law and is being made manifest. And so with great gratitude for the truth of this, great gratitude for each and every one of you who are taking up this mantle of peace and love and kindness, I just say yes, and I release this word into the law, and I let it be, and I know that all is well. And together we say, and so it is. Right, we have another song from One Voice. River wide and river deep calls me to her side to protect and for her speak. Water, she says, it is time. Vast, vast oceans, bubbling creeks, all are friends of mine. From valley floor to mountain peaks, water, she says, it is time.
They say that history is written by the victors, but how can there be a victor when the war isn't over? The battle is only just begun, and Creator is sending her very best warriors this time. It isn't an Indian versus cowboy. No, this time it's the beautiful races of humanity together on the same side. And we're fighting to replace our fear with love. And this time, bullets, arrows, and cannonballs will not save us. The only weapons that are useful in this battle are the weapons of truth, of faith, and of compassion. things thrive where water is clean. Water, she says, it is time. For all things thrive where water is clean. Water, she says, it is time.
All right. Thank you all. And now I would love to bring up our wonderful speaker, Lucian Baker.
Good morning, good morning. One more time for our music, please. That was beautiful. Through the eyes of love, right? That's what we're talking about? It's really funny how the universe knows what you need to talk about, what knows your assignment. I keep reminding everyone that God is always talking to me. But because God knows I'm stubborn, I always get the lesson that I need through my sermons. You know, like God will be telling me, like, I don't have to listen to you. No, I don't need to do that. And then God's like, all right, fine. You'll get to talk about it then in front of everybody. We just heard about different types of weapons, of truth, of compassion. Let me tell you right now that love is a weapon. It is the most indestructible, most efficient weapon that you have. First of all, let's just talk about this experience called life that we're all experiencing right now. That alone is love. Let's just talk about how the universe treats us. Each and everything we think to it, speak to it, when it whatever action it sees us giving, the answer is always yes. You don't believe me? Stub your toe in the morning. And then just keep on having the thoughts that we're all going to have after you stub your toe in the morning. See what kind of day you have all day. The universe is telling you yes. All day from that one experience you had, it's inevitable. Just like there were some who you try so hard to just get them to have a bad day, they won't do it. They won't. They've mastered it. This is how we manipulate the elements. Understand that everything that's going on around you is going on in you, and once we make that relationship, once we realize that, we can manipulate the elements. That is a real thing. But we have to accept that we are part of the whole first. Now let me back up. What I know about love in this life is that there are two vibrations. Now we know about love. We just spoke about that. And then there's that other vibration that we know as fear. And all fear really is the belief in two opposing forces. Now, these beautiful faces all here, we all know that there is only one life, and that life is God. And so, therefore, as divine beings, our main assignment is to see every experience we come across as love, as an extension of ourselves. It's not always easy because that's the game, but that is the game. However, we can fall into that fear category if we're not careful. We believe in, separating. Well, yeah, I'm living the life of God, but this right here, this can't be God. So I need to fear it. And what I'm realizing is when we live like that, we are literally giving away our power. We're literally putting our shield and our staff down and saying, have at me. I'm an 80s baby, but I'm 90s raised. Reason I'm telling you that is because I'm asking for forgiveness right now. I was one of those very, very sarcastic, always having something mean to say kids. That was me. You can't judge me, though, because let's just talk about how I was raised. First of all, by the television. And what was on TV during those times? I mean, we have The Simpsons. We have Beavis and his homie. I won't say his homie's name right now. Ren and Stimpy. We have all these cartoons and sitcoms, Married with Children, that showed us how to interact with each other. And so from that, I learned, oh, well, this is obvious how we speak to each other. Look at how Bud and his sister talk to each other every day. I was a very sarcastic kid. What's funny about being a parent is many of us know that we get our real lessons through our children, which is why so many people say, I don't want to be a parent. My son is 15 now. He didn't grow up with any of the cartoons or sitcoms that I grew up with, yet the things that come out of this kid's mouth, son, what? Why would you say that to me? Why'd you say that? He doesn't even know why he does it. And I realize in the moment, you know why he says it, because it's your turn. Remember all those things you said to your parents? Yeah, it's your turn, homie. Yep. This is another example of what we put out into the world. We are going to get, you can't run away from it. You're going to get it back. Every single time I go to any church, the first thing they ask me is about the youth department. Do you want to know? Because I'm going to get a child who was just like me in my teens, and that's going to be the biggest challenge. And every time I've ever taken over the youth department, it happened every time. But here's what's beautiful about that. Every action that we see ourselves do, anyone else do, is either an expression of love or a call for love. So another thing I know is a lot of those times when I was that sarcastic kid, that quick to fight kid, that just little angry, just, you know, no, he can't come to my son's sleepover. No, he can't, right? I was calling to be loved. This was also a part where I was angry. My parents divorced, and my cousin was killed, and so many things were going on in my life. I was an angry, scared little boy. And I wondered for so long, why did I go through that experience? Why did I have to deal with that? Why did I have to face so many moments in my life that when I think about it, I get teary-eyed? And it was that very time when I first took over the youth department at Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, there was a congregant. She had to be, maybe 13. And every Sunday I knew, okay, this little girl, man, I know she's about to do something that's going, every time. And finally I realized, God told me in that moment, right when she was doing what she was doing, be who you needed when you were in her shoes. Okay, God, but what was that? And what I needed more than anything was attention. I needed to feel like I was important. I needed to feel like I had something to contribute. And so instead of fighting against her big ideas and her interrupting whatever was going on, I started encouraging it. Started showing her what she had to say was actually valuable. And lo and behold, not only was it good for her and it was good for the entire room. I was transformed in that moment. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because whatever you are fighting against in your life, stop fighting and learn to love it. Watch how different it is. Watch how it transformed your life when you do it. Listen, I didn't even look at my notes when I said that. That was something I needed to hear. It's real. God knows what I need to say. I wouldn't have just said that if I was by myself out loud. What? No. The only way to truly love is in real time. That's important. That's important. 50 Cent said, it's easy to love me now, but will you love me when I'm down and out? Will you still have love for, there it goes. I haven't heard it in so long.
It's in my head right now.
Yes. Anything Nate Dogg sings is going to be in your head forever. We know that. When I'm at the top of my game, it's easy to love me. But real love is when I love you 360. Doesn't matter if you still have your hair or not. If I love you, I love you. So love is in real time. And in order for us to love in real time, that means that we get to only love the moment now, right? Now, what comes with love is disappointment. Understand that whoever you love, they will disappoint you. Because we're human and we're having a human experience, which means that the laws of being human also apply to that person you love. That person is not God. So forgive them ahead of time for the times that they will disappoint you, because guess what? You're going to want them to forgive you when you disappoint them, and do not even try to front. You will disappoint them. Which means that forgiveness is essential in this thing called love. Now, we're talking about through the eyes of love. So now what I'm going to talk about is how perception is everything in our world. Literally everything. Funny story that I have to share that I do not want to share. This was not that long ago. I was having a terrible day, just a terrible morning. Everything you think of that can go wrong with your morning was happening to me. And just, oh my God, you could see my frown exits away. Like, you ain't got to see my face. Like, someone in that car is frowning. And so I get to where I'm going, and I ordered a breakfast to go. And I was so happy to eat this breakfast, and got home and looked in the bag, and they messed my order up completely, to the point where it was like, why would you think anyone would eat this? What? Oh, my goodness. So now I have time because I'm hungry, and you pretty much just told me to my face, pretty much, you'll eat anything. Here you go. So now I get to act stupid. Now I get to act stupid, and I'm ready to. You haven't seen me in this way, so I'm just confessing in case later on there's any kind of footage of Brother Lucian acting stupid. I have the capacity to do that, and I'm apologizing. So I'm ready to act stupid. I'm there, and I'm, as soon as I get there, there's a long line, of course, and the person, I tell him, and I'm real, okay, well, if you just step aside, sir. And so I'm stepping aside, waiting to speak to somebody, and this sweet old man walks in to ask for napkins. But before I knew he was asking for napkins, he just walked up to the lady I just talked to and asked for napkins. And I got so irritated. I said, you didn't see I was standing here? And he just looked at me with the most love in his eyes and heart and just said, I'm so sorry, sir. If I would have known, I would have waited. And it was like, oh, man, that means I'm the one that's tripping. I'm the one. Oh, man. I'm forgiven when anyone else is messing up the party. I can be, but it was my turn to be the one who was messing up the party. It was me. This is how love is disarming. He could have easily fired back, and we'd be having a shout match in this place. But he diffused it by just realizing, oh, you need love. That's what you need right now. You're trying to make it look like you're a tough guy, but what you really need is a hug, young man. So I'm going to give you one. In that moment, I realized I was the one who was tripping. When we hold on to the past, that's how we become the villain in our own story. Think about all the villains in every story that you love, especially those Disney ones, right? It's always somebody who, I used to be this, and then this happened. Or, my sibling always is the one who gets everything I wanted, and I'm angry. And that's how you become a villain. And if you think too much about the future, that's how you become the coward in the story. You always worried about what's happening tomorrow. But the one who stays in the moment and knows that this very moment right now that I'm experiencing is the golden moment. It gets no better than this. See, that's where your power is. Just now I was listening to our music ministry give us these awesome songs. And I'm just like, wow, These songs are great. What I really love is when I have a song memorized and I could sing with the choir, sing with the singer, and, add my little stuff to it. But what I realize when I'm doing that, I'm only trying to recreate the feeling I had when I first heard the song. You'll never get that back. You won't. The first time you hear that song and it just touches your soul, that's the best time you'll ever hear the song. Sit there and enjoy this moment. There's so many golden moments we have, but we were thinking about our bills, or we were thinking about how come they didn't pick me for Homecoming King, and now I'm still mad. What if we put everything down and love what's going on right now? When I say all of our life, I'm talking about all of it, even those parts that you feel could be a lot better. Now, we all want to be forgiven, right? I mean, come on, let's be honest. We all have things in our lives we'd like to be forgiven for. We all do. Who's willing to be the first to forgive, though? See, that's the hard part. And what I'm realizing now is our subconscious puts villains in front of us that we get to call villains. And the reason we love having them there is because it takes our mind off what we haven't forgiven ourselves for. So I get to just blame this. Oh, look at that prayer. Oh, if I was in their position, I would. Wait a minute. What are you still holding yourself in jail for? Because a truly loving heart sees everyone as an extension of them. Our default mode is love. That's our default mode. That's literally how we come into the world. Think about that newborn baby that smiles at each and every person that's in its face when it's in a good mood. Think about that. Okay, when it's hungry, it hates everybody. But when that child is happy, it isn't until the parents start downloading their consciousness into the child to where now weird things start happening. But if we leave that child alone, oh my goodness. Love is your default mode, and it's also where your power is. Back to that surly, sarcastic kid. We're at teen camp, and there was this singing group who had someone who had a very funny singing voice to me and my friends. This is me confessing now, so y'all can forgive me so I can stop carrying around this guilt. And we used to love when he would sing, because me and my friends, you're not supposed to laugh in church, which makes laughing in church that much more fun, because something about a forbidden laugh that's a more just satisfying laugh. When we can all just laugh out loud, that's okay. But when you're not supposed to, that's a really good laugh. So he's singing, and we're all looking at each other, corner of our eye. As soon as someone snickers a little bit, we all bust out. So we're like, please don't make no noise. And finally, he says, I'm going to quit for a minute and let my choir take over. And when he said that, I just blurted out the meanest thing. Oh, great. He looked at me with all the love in his eyes and goes, oh, you don't want me to stop singing? Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. And I'm like, wait, that's not what I meant. Sir, I was insulting you. Hold on. And he showed me something in that moment that you can be so full of love that even when someone is insulting you, your mind flips it and makes it a compliment. We can be that full of love. We don't have to leave the house beating ourselves up and feeling like, oh, I am not worthy. We can decide right now in this moment, I am God's favorite, because you are. Everyone is God's favorite who decides to be. KRS One said, if you want to be rich, all you have to do is decide whose team you're on. And the idea of wealth is literally just accepting your life as it is right now. People who accept their lives as it is right now don't need to buy things outside of them that isn't important. So therefore, you accumulate more, and now you have more. But as soon as we start feeling like I'm incomplete, you start buying things you don't need. How do you feel about your life as it is right now? Do you not know that those dark moments bring out the bright ones, right? Look at all these paintings, right? If you look at the painting as a whole, it's beautiful. But when you start just getting small glimpses, it doesn't capture the masterpiece. Now, I love biopics. Those are my favorites. And what Jamie Foxx did with Ray Charles' story was just, oh my goodness. But what we're talking about when we look at that is a life of pain. I mean, you know, if it was just, hey, once there was a boy who was born in the South and he wanted to play a piano, and he did, and he made lots of money and sold a lot of records. The end. You're like, all right, that's a cool story. But when you start adding in, he went blind out of nowhere and watched his little brother drown and developed an addiction problem, and there was Jim Crow South, and he had to sit on the back of the bus even though he's a really talented musician. When you start adding all these things in the story, it's like, oh my goodness. And for some reason, you can't take your eyes off the screen. Your life is a masterpiece as it is. Right now, as it is, your life is a masterpiece. And the moment you start loving it is the moment the universe says yes and starts giving you more to love. This is how we have a life that works for everybody. Since there's no kids around, I can say this one. You know, I've worn it out, but it's just fun to say. Life is a pool party. And we all know the first rule of when we all go to the pool. So if we keep ourselves clean, we can have a really good pool party. The way we have a world that works for everybody is when we do our homework, our work, all the things we're, if we make sure that all of us put that aside before we leave the house, we'll all have an awesome day. The first time somebody comes to the party with their waste, now the pool's contaminated. Are you loving your life to the fullest? This is also how the law of attraction works. Now let's also understand that to love yourself, to see yourself as an extension of God, as an extension of the universe, also means that every single experience you have is an extension of the source, of the universe. Here's the fun part. So now you've accepted that you are a child of God. You've accepted that you are God in the flesh, that you are all the awesomeness of the universe right here in this awesome package for us to see. Let's say you've accepted that in this moment. The next step is to know that you are so perfect. Therefore, any experience that you come across along this path called life is also an extension of that, which means it is also whole, perfect, and complete. See, that's the part that's not easy. That means that person in that public place causing a disturbance and getting on your nerves, that person is an extension of you. And if you pay enough attention, you'll also see how. When you turn on something on the TV, talking about something political, some war, some whatever, and it starts to eat at you, that too is an opportunity to accept your life whole, perfect, and complete. You don't even have to know how. There are laws in math to where we don't even question them. We just know every time you see this, it's going to equal this, and we don't ask questions. The universe is scientific and mathematical too. Just trust the math. Nikki Giovanni, she passed not too long ago, one of the greatest poets ever, said, "I am so hip that even my errors are correct." That's you. That is you. Even your errors inspire us in ways that you cannot imagine. That's how awesome you are. Let's just talk about what a trend is. A trend is always set by someone who was full of that God consciousness. If the next person would have tried to do it, they'd be like, what? That's stupid. No. It's always the confident person who's full of that God consciousness who, I'm going to try this. And then they try it, and now we're all doing it because they did it. Think about every trend that's ever existed. I'm willing to bet there was someone who wasn't as cool, wasn't as confident, wasn't as full of God as the other person. And when they tried it, everybody was like, what are you doing? As soon as they put it down and the other person picked it up, oh, wow, yeah. That's what a trend is. We're only doing it because that person who represents God and that perfection to us inspired us to want to try it. That's why I love the art of hip-hop. Because when you grab the microphone, it's not always what you say into the mic, it's how you say it. You can say the most amazing rhyme we've ever heard. If you say it all insecure, we're going to be like, nah, bro, sorry. Then there's those other MCs who what they say, no matter how ridiculous it is, you're like, yeah, more of that, please. Does not matter. How are you feeling about your life? And I mean all of it. I'm talking about all of it as a whole. How are you feeling about it? The moment you love all of your life, the moment you were able to say thank you, Spirit, for it, you get more of what it is you want, more of what it is you need. I can tell you this from experience. I am still in a very interesting transitional moment of my life. And as I'm going through it, I'm realizing how blessed I am. Wow, I have a family who loves me. No matter how much I am getting handled by these waves out here, they're going to make sure I'm okay. I'm never going to go hungry. I'm never, ever going to have to sleep in my car. My family's just not going to let it happen. I get to be thankful for that. But I wouldn't see that if I was still just, I wouldn't even see it. I wouldn't even be calling them this much. Whatever you're going through right now, it's part of the masterpiece. I'll leave you with this. We all love shopping for light bulbs and looking at the wattage on the box and, oh, yeah, and sounding real smart. The best way to test any light is to put it in the dark. You are that light. That same light of God, that same light of the universe, that same light that all life started with. You are a continuation of that exact same light. You are. And every now and then, to remember just how bright your light is, you get to be in the dark. The only thing we control in life is our own perception. Now, if you know that you are a child of God, that your life is perfect, then just assume that whatever you're going through, no matter how difficult, no matter how uncomfortable, it is part of that God experience. Namaste, Amani.
Yes. Thank you, Brother Lucian. Woo! All right. Now it's time for our joyful time of giving. So this is our opportunity to support the Amani Center with our gifts and tithes. And Steve, if you could bring up that slide for me. We have lots of ways that you can give at the Amani Center. We are going to pass baskets in a few moments, but here's some ways you can give digitally or virtually with Venmo, with PayPal. You can always set up a recurring donation that comes automatically from your bank. However you decide to support this center, we're just grateful for you. We are an independent center, and this is how we do it. And our tithes are the majority of what keeps the lights on and keeps us paying our lease and everything. So thank you for being here and giving what you can give. I'm going to take a moment and just bless your tithes, whether you've given them already online or whether you're pulling them out right now before we pass the baskets. So if it's comfortable, allow your eyes to close as we just know our complete oneness with Spirit, with the divine. And in that oneness is only abundance, is only good and joy and flow. And the more we participate in the flow, giving out, the more will come to us. We know that when we are open and giving and trusting and having faith in the process, that's when the flow comes. So I know that everyone right now is giving exactly what they're meant to give, and they're giving it with an open heart, releasing any ideas of fear or not enough, and knowing that flow is happening. And that in this way they are supporting the center, uplifting the center, and also supporting and uplifting themselves, as what you give will always come back to you tenfold, especially when you give it with that open, giving heart and that faith that all is well. And so I'm just so grateful for each and every person in this room, each and every person listening now or listening to this recording later, everyone who supports the Amani Center, everyone who gives whatever it is they give, that keeps this place going so that we have this place to come and be in community, to be uplifted, to hear wonderful speakers and music and connect and have classes and workshops. And so from this place of gratitude, I release my word into the law, knowing that as I speak it, it is done. And together we say, and so it is. Okay. So we're going to try this one that Sonia usually does, and
We got it.
we got it.
We're doing it. We're not trying.
There's some parts where she is like a rapper, and I
was
get a
gonna
little
say, Marcy
tongue-tied.
has to rap today. A
Yeah,
little bit,
so
she got it. She
but
got
y'all
it.
know it. The words are up there, so please join us. You guys, you do the parts that are in red, so please join us. You're gonna start with a beat for me, Grace.
You guys can clap at this one too, okay? It's easy. Just gotta get it going.
Holy Mother, Father, God, thank you for your healing love. Holy sacred light divine, thank you for this life of mine. Here I go. Whoa, I'm grateful for the air I breathe. Whoa, I'm grateful for the life in me. Whoa, I am grateful to be renewed. Oh, I am grateful for gratitude. Grateful for gratitude.
Grateful for gratitude.
And being here with you today makes me come alive and say, we are presence, we are part of the one infinite heart. This I know. Whoa, 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 I am grateful for the air I breathe. Whoa, I am grateful for the life in me. Whoa, I am grateful to be renewed. Whoa, I am grateful for gratitude. Grateful for gratitude. Grateful for gratitude. And you a gift to fall on this earth of truly unbelievable worth. It bring its sister brother too. Magnificence is falling on you. Say hello. Whoa, I am grateful for the air I breathe. Whoa, I am grateful for the life in me. Whoa, I am grateful to be renewed. Whoa, I am grateful for gratitude. Grateful for gratitude. Grateful for gratitude. Woo!
Good job.
On behalf of the Amani Center, I am so grateful to receive these gifts and tithes on behalf of all of you. I know they are pressed down and multiplied, going out to do good in this world. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you, Michael. All right, let's bring those kids up. I hear them. I know they're here. Come on up, guys. This light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All right, shine, let it shine, let it shine. Woo! Let it shine, let it shine. All right, Monica, tell us about it.
Good morning. So we began the month talking about love, of course. And I shared a sweet little book that my grandma gave me when I was probably about Charlotte's age called Love is a Special Way of Feeling. And so I shared that with them, and then we had a meditation about love and thinking of all the people, all the places, all the things that we love, and then they made their little art project based on that. Yeah, we had a good time.
I love it. I love your pink, Monica.
Charlotte's got the information.
The more love I give the more love I give, the more love I receive.
Woo, good job, guys. So true, Shar. All right, so let's stand together and sing our closing song. Lucian, when you come up here, I'm going to give you this so you can do the benediction afterwards. Okay. The presence is here. The presence is here. Love and spirit prevail on each face. The presence is here. Amen. The presence is here. And I will meet you in grace. I will meet you in grace.
And through the eyes of love, we continue looking at this precious gift of ours called life, cherishing it, loving it, whole, perfect, and complete. For this, we are thankful. So it is.
And so it is. Woo-hoo! Thank you all.